And here we have an easy first pick. Dragonlord Dromoka is probably the bombiest of the bomb rares in this set. Very hard to kill. They're probably like, what, Reach of Shadows, and maybe like somebody having to 2-for-1 themselves. That's about the only way you can get Dragonlord Dromoka off the board. And he's foily and shiny, which I'm a fan of. So we're going to go Dragonlord Dromoka here. Yeah, he is just nearly impossible to remove. It's Reach of Shadows, the white 5-drop that destroys attacking or blocking creature, and I really think that's it. In our second pack here, we have Berserker's Onslaught, which I wouldn't mind trying out, but it's double red, and we already have our Bomby rare, which is in green-white. So I'm just going to take the removal of Pacifism. Other notables are Tarkir, Student Mojitai, Dromoka's Gift, very interesting. But a 5-mana combat trick is not exactly what I'm looking for my second pick, so Pacifism it is. This pack, Hedonist Trove, I've never even had it in a deck. It just, I don't understand this card. I don't understand what it's trying to do. Great Teacher's Decree. That's something you have to draft around. I'm not looking to get into that. Here, I think I'm just going to go with the Tread Upon. It's an okay combat trick. Could go with the Silumgar Scorn because I think it's worth a bit online. I'm going to go with the combat trick though. Next up, we have Dragon Hunter, which is just, I mean, it's a Savannah Lion. I mean, 1-drop that can hold back their dragon is not bad. Dragon Wall, better name for him. Tarkir Beastbreaker is a card that I have had a lot of success with. The multiple pumps if you have 10 mana. But I mean, a 6/6 late game is where you want to be. So I'm going to go with the Beastbreaker here, just a good, solid 2-drop. Next, side of the Scale Lords. No. Just too much to work around, too much to do. Dromoka Dunecaster. The creatures you want to be tapping in this format normally have flying, so making a tapper that takes 2 mana each turn and can't tap down their biggest threat is a no-go for me. I'm going to go with the Dromoka Warrior here, just another solid 2-drop, 3/1. In this pack for me, there's the Pacifism, there's the Eerie. Resupply, just too expensive for what it does. I'm going to go with the removal again. Lurking Errinx is a solid card. Guardian Shield Bearer is good filler. Pinion Feast, good sideboard card. Vial is good for decks that don't have access to a lot of removal. We've already got 2 Pacifisms though, so I'm not too stressed on that front. I think I'm just going to go with the Errinx here. Profound Journey. As in the last draft, again, I'm not a fan. Just too expensive for what it does. Center Soul. Now this is something I could get behind. Protects your guys from removal spell. Next turn gets you through their blockers. Sandstep Scavenger is okay. It's okay filler. I'm going to take the Center Soul here, though. Seen a lot of vials. I might actually take this one. Champion of Irration. Not good. 3/2 lifelinker. That's for 4. That's just not good value. Dragon's Eye Sentry, not good. Glint, Lose Calm. All those are bad. I'll take the vial. Here we have our first pack coming back to us. We have Dromoka's Gift, Order of Ojutai, and Student of Ojutai. I am going to take the Student here. Just gets you up to your big drops. Glaring Aegis isn't a bad card. It's a 1-drop. I mean, you can just use it almost as a combat trick on a turn. Some nice tempo play, even if you get 2 for 1 later. Take the Spider Silk Net here, throw that in the sideboard. Resupply and throw that in the sideboard. And here we are. Irration Sovereign. It's not bad. It's not great. I mean, but it is a 6/6 flyer that your opponent has to waste removal spells on, considering it's going to be just dropped again the next turn. So if you end up in a board stall, this is a good way to clear it out, because you can just attack with it, attack with it, attack with it, attack with it, and your opponent just has to deal with it. So unless they have something bigger, you're going to whittle down their board, and eventually you're going to start getting through. So I'm going to go with the Irration Sovereign here. Next up, we've got Myth Realized, which, what do we have? We have Glaring Aegis, Center Soul, which counts for 2. We have a couple pacifisms, Tread Upon. So we have a couple things that would trigger this, but it's a lot of work. And I think we want to, I mean, we do have 2 Student of Ojutais, so maybe we don't want to be that creature-based, but there are a couple good removal spells here. We got 2 pacifisms, and we got an epic confrontation, or we got a pacifism and an epic confrontation. So I think I'm going to take the, epic confrontation here. We have a couple pacifisms already, and this combo as well with our Dragonlord Dromoka. And if you do it before combat, it gives your guys a buff, which is nice. See here, we've got Evolving Wilds. I mean, Shield High Dragon is one of the better ones of this cycle. Lifelink is always good. Center Soul, again, is another just nice combat trick that can get you through later. I think I'm going to go with the Shield High Dragon here. You can play it early as a morph, and worst comes to worst, you just have you get a 2/2 for 3, which is passable. Next up, I'm going to go with the Aven Tactician here. As I said last draft, worst comes to worst, it's just a 3/4 for 5 flyer, which is not bad. Scaleguard Sentinels, we have 1, 2, 3 dragons already. It is double green, but a 3/4 for 2 mana even later in the game is relevant, so I think I'm going to go with the Scaleguard here. And we have another of our dragon cycle. That would make us 4 dragons, which would make it very easy to activate our Scaleguard Sentinels. What else do we have that we could take? We take Resupply, we could take Servant of the Scale. Servant of the Scale is just meh in this format. Resupply again is meh. We already have one on our sideboard in case we need it. I'm going to take the Herd Chaser here, just as, again, it can just be a 3-drop if we need it. And we are just getting all of the green-white dragons, aren't we? I think this is literally the last of the green-white dragons. Do we have anything that generates counters? I'm really just feeling that like I want to take this just to have all the green and white dragons. Segmented Krotik is probably the better pickup here. Probably the smarter pickup here. I mean, I really want to. And Dragonloft Idol, actually, we have a lot of dragons. And Dragonloft Idol as a 4/4 flying trample for 4 is amazing. So I think I'm actually going to go with the Dragonloft here. Next up, oh, Dragon Scarred Bear. This late, really? Dragon Scarred Bear is a great card. If you get Formidable out there, he is, I mean, not even just as an attacker, but as a blocker, he is almost impossible to get rid of when you get into those stalled board states. And he can just hold up your best creature forever. 2 mana is not bad for regeneration. Salt Road Ambushers is another interesting card as well. How many morphs do we have? We just have the 2 dragons, I believe. So I think I'm going to take the bear here. Next, we have this Dromoka Monument that came back to us from our original pack. Self-inflicted wound is very good against us, which almost makes me want to take it. But I think I'm actually going to go with the Dromoka Monument just for some mana fixing, and it's one of the other green and white dragons that we can make. Savage Ventmaw. It's quite good. I mean, you can play him next turn attack, play a lot of things. I think I'm going to go with the Pinion Feast here just for sideboard against other dragons. Let's take the counter for Strider. I doubt I'm going to play him, but he works actually pretty well as a blocker. Just 5 defense. Your opponent's not going to want to attack into him with any bigger threats. Take Negate, Hate Draft all the counter spells. Win, another sideboard card. Alright, so we've got a pretty good looking deck so far. I am a fan of this. I'm not a huge fan of green-white in this set. It is my favorite color pair in general. Oh, my Lord and Palace Siege, hello. Ooh, that makes me really want to try and splash for that, because that is a card that just will win you the game when you play it. That is one of those bomb rares. But we also have Light Form that's in our colors, and we have Sandblast, which is an amazing removal spell. I think I'm actually gonna have to go with Light. I think I'm gonna go with Light Form here. 3 mana 2/2 flying, lifelink. Once you get that down, the game is probably going to go in your favor. How many removal spells do we have right now? We have Pacifism, Epic Confrontation. So we have 3 removal spells right now. I think I'm going to go with the Light Form. Yeah. And, oh, we've got another Light Form, and we have a Soulfire Grad Master. Well, I do not have any burn spells to turn on the Grandmaster. Does that actually work with Sandblast? Is that considered dealing damage? It does deal damage, doesn't it? So that could actually combo with Sandblast if we get any of them. I could just take another Light Form here, though. This is an interesting one. This got evasion. I think I'm going to try the Grandmaster here. And a Master. Oh my lord, are you kidding me? And we've got a Mastery of the Unseen. Arishan Warbeast is poor. Sandstep Outcast. These are all good cards. I'm going to take the Mastery, though, here. We have a very low curve, don't we? Channel Harm is... I've actually never cast this spell. I've drafted it a couple times, but I've never been in a position where it's been in my hand and I had enough mana and everything was going right. It's just, I feel like too much has to be going on in there for it to be good. So I'm going to take the Sandstep Outcast here, just a solid card. Rally the Ancestors, new. We got Blossoming Sands, which could be good. Sage of Every Note. Einot Guide is good filler. Whisper of the Wilds. What do we have that turns you on? I mean, just really our dragons. But it's good ramp. So I could take the fixing, or I could take the ramp. We don't have a whole lot to ramp into. We do want to get to our Dragonlord Dromoka, but I think I'm just going to go with the fixing here. Oh, we got another Whisper of the Wilds, but we also have an Honor's Reward, which is a great combat trick. Gaining 4 life and making your smallest guy big enough to take down their guy early in the game. Just a good tempo swing. I've got a lot at the true drop spot already, so I think I'm going to go with the Honor's Reward here. And it's just Whisper of the Wilds just keep coming. I think this game wants me to take him. So I'm going to go with the Whisperer here. I'm going to take the Enhanced Awareness, make the blue mages unhappy when it doesn't come back around to them. Take the Cleric. Good sideboard against any really fast aggro decks. Feral Crew Shock's a solid card. It hits really hard. Dragon Bell Monk. I mean, just it's okay filler. It's not something I want though. Let's take some more of that fixing for our opponents, or that card draw from our opponents. Sage's Reverie. I mean, we have the Aegis, and it does say attached to one of your creatures, right? Yeah. So we have pacifisms, but that's not attached to our creatures. Going over in the sideboard, and we got another Cleric. Okay. So, I feel like this went very well. I am not mad about this draft at all. So we have 28 right now, including this one land. Let's group our creatures separately. Sort by mana cost. See here, you guys should be down here in the 3-drop spot. Alright, so we have 17 creatures, 10 spells right now. This probably wants to be a 17 or an 18 card deck. Let's just take out the Aegis for now. We've got the Monument, so this could be 17. Got Double Student. Got a lot of spells at the 2-drop spot. Mastery kind of almost acts like a creature, though. I think I like tread upon the least out of our spells we have there. We have Double Student of Ojutai. I think we need to cut something at the 5-drop spot here. I kind of want to keep us in the air how we are already. So I think I'm going to cut the Crew Shock. It has 2 more power than the Arinx, but the Arinx's ability can be relevant when you just start eating their creatures. You can just force them to make bad blocks. You need to cut 1 more. We're not going to cut any of the pacifisms, the confrontation, obviously. We could cut the center soul, but that would leave us, I think, without any combat tricks. We could cut the sovereign. 7 is really high, but I do like the recursion ability. We got double green here, which is awkward with all of our white. Yeah, we don't have any other double... light form is double white, so that makes it actually super awkward, having the scale guard. So do you want to be heavier white, or do you want to be heavier green? Sort by color. So we've got more white than we do green, so do I want to cut the scale guard? Let's sort by creature again. Or mana cost again, sorry. So I'll leave us with 4, 4, 2, 3. Oh, this actually counts as a creature. So we have 4, 3, 3, 2, 3. Nope, again, you guys are 3s. So it'd be heavier at the 3-drop spot than at the 2-drop spot, which isn't horrible. I do like how this combos. This is... I mean, we can play this later and it can be relevant. I mean, we can play it here, and still it's a 3-4 for 2. So we can do something else on that turn. Do need to cut one more thing, though. We can cut a student of Ojutai. We have 8 spells. No, well, that's not true. This is a spell. So we have... No, so we do... I'm sorry, we have 8 spells. Yeah, okay, I was looking there. So that's up to 16 life, not including if we have multiple in, but that may not be always the case, obviously. We could cut the idol. I do like how it combos with our dragons, though when these are face down, we're not technically controlling a dragon. So we're not controlling a dragon really until 6 or 7 mana. I'll cut the idol for now. We'll see if that changes, though. Let's bring in the sands. Let's add some lands. Once I want, I think it's going to want a pretty even split, right? 9-7. So we have 10-8 really, plus the monument. Yeah, you know what? I think this looks good to me. Let's try this out. Right? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, really? Yep, you know, let's try this out. Alright, and here we are for the first round. Paired against Shakushu. Not a bad name. Let's check out our hand. We are on the draw, as always. We've got Blossoming Sands into 2-drop, 3-drop. This looks good to me. We've got a few spells we can play if we just draw one more land. So let's hold on to this. Alright, and there's our next land. Boom. Blue-red, interesting. Alright, let's run out this Beastbreaker here. Get busy. We've got the Honors Reward backup in case they try to do something tricky. If not, we can just run out the Dragon Scar and Bear here. So your opponent's tries to do nothing? Okay. Well then. Sabertooth Outrider. Alright. And let's see what we can do with our mana here. So if I attack with both, my opponent can trade with the Outrider. I don't know that he would want to, so I think I'm just going to get into the red zone here and force my opponent to make a move. Because as of right now, we're winning this race. We're going to be adding some things to the board here. Alright, let's just throw down the Master. For Funf mana, just playing the Sprinting Warbrute. Okay. And that is exactly what I wanted to see. So I could pacify the Warbrute and attack with everything. Or I do not have Formidable right now, so I cannot regenerate him yet. I could play my Shield Hide Dragon face down, or I could play Honor's Reward as a combat trick, but I'd end up 2-for-1ing myself. So I think I'm just going to pacify and then get into the red zone again. That'll drop him down to 2, 5, 7. That'll drop him down to 6. Next turn, when he blocks, I can Honor's Reward unless he leaves back at both guys. If he attacks with the Outrider, I can play Honor's Reward. And on the one guy who is unblocked, if he doesn't leave back the Outrider. And I'm gaining some life back from the Grandmaster, obviously. For another 5, what do we have here? Illusory Gains. On my Grandmaster, okay. No attacks. Alright, let's see here. So I can center soul my bear and swing through. He does have 1 mana up. I mean, I think that's just because he tapped out for Illusory Gains. I don't think he's living up with something like Wild Slash. I think we would have seen that by now. So I can attack and I can center soul. And then I'll get 3 damage through. On the swing back, he'll gain 2 life off of my Soulfire Grandmaster, and then on the swing, on the rebound, I can play on my bear again. I can Honor's Reward and swing through for lethal if he does not have any removal spell. So I think I'm going to go with that line. So center soul here. So that was already really dumb because he obviously has a blue and a red. So let's get protection from red. If I get in the red zone here as well, it would trade with his Outrider. So I'm actually going to attack with both, because he only gets to trigger when his Outrider attacks. So on this next turn, as long as he doesn't play a creature, okay, this is interesting. We have Twin Bolt, Dragon Fodder. Alright, well now my opponent has 3 different colors on the battlefield, so this is obviously going to make it a little bit more difficult. Okay, only 2 now. So if I draw if I draw any removal spell for the Lurker, oh, doesn't actually matter. What am I talking about?